Welcome to the Champion Within podcast, your go-to spot for unlocking a winning mindset. Whether you're an athlete chasing greatness, a parent cheering from the sidelines, a coach leading the charge, or an educator shaping young minds, this pod party is for you. Hey, if we haven't met before, I'm Kate McCauley, your pod party host, former educator turned mindset mentor. I get to meet people where they are and get them to where they want to go. Expect awesome guest conversations with athletes, some solo chats to level up, and always leave this pod party with quick, powerful strategies to help you and your crew push past limits, embrace challenges, and crush goals both on and off the field. Let's tap into the champion within, because greatness is just a mindset away. Hey, welcome into the Champion Within podcast. This is Kate. I am so glad you decided to hang out with me today. Have you ever been so focused on something that you were doing, maybe a conversation, and suddenly you look up and hours have passed by? This experience is known as the flow state. You have definitely experienced the flow state before. You might not have realized I'm in the flow, but you've been there. When you're in the flow state, focusing on something is effortless. Research on flow shows that people can be 5 times as effective when in this flow state. This is because when we're in the flow state, your brain is leveraging what is called gamma brain waves. Your brain operates by sending electrical signals. Why are these gamma brain waves so amazing? They're like sprinters. They travel way faster than the other brain waves, and they move throughout the entire brain. Totally different than other brain waves. Scientists study this because people want to be in flow so you can achieve your goals in life. Scientists do a ton of research on flow state. Why do you think that is? You reach your goals 5 times faster. People love to get things done faster, and you feel good when you're in the flow. You're sitting there doing your thing, and you realize, my goodness, I've been doing this for how long? Look at all the stuff I got done. You feel good about it. You feel successful. You're checking off that to-do list. People want to be in flow, so scientists study it, and they realized when they're studying it that there are things that can very quickly kick you out of that flow state. Guess what one thing is that could distract you from your flow? You guessed it, notifications on your phone, Facebook, Instagram, text messages, Snapchat, all the things. When your phone starts going off, you are distracted. When you were little, or maybe even now, if you have kids, you can probably picture them doing this. When you hear that ice cream truck coming down the street and the music is going off, right away they're like, can I get the ice cream truck? I want ice cream. Pavlov's dogs, right? The noise goes off from the ice cream truck. Right away they're running to you. Can I have money? Can I have money for the ice cream truck? I have 3 kids who are all teenagers now, so they are very familiar with that sound. And even now as teenagers, they will run out occasionally in the summer and get out to the corner and get the ice cream truck. When they were little, before they were brainwashed with the music, when my oldest son was 3, he would dance on our front lawn to what I called the Music Man truck. He literally thought the ice cream truck was a Music Man because I told him it was. And every time that truck would come down the street, you could hear it from blocks away. At that time, we lived in row homes, so it would be a couple streets away, and we could hear the Music Man truck from streets away, playing his music on repeat. He would dance on our front lawn. We made it one summer. So when he was about 4, he realized all of the kids are getting treats from the Music Man truck, and I'm up here just dancing. I want an ice cream. So I didn't make it too long. My second child and my third, my daughter, and then my son is the youngest. I have 2 boys, a girl. They never really danced to the Music Man because my oldest figured it out. And then by the time they were big enough to be even considering dancing to the Music Man, he could read what was being sold on that truck and was telling me, I need $3 for an ice cream cone. Same thing goes for the notifications on your phone here. That will take you out of the flow state. So what can you do here? If you're practicing your sport, let's say you're outside practicing your layups, taking foul shots on the driveway, You're at the football field running sprints. You're at the track practicing your hurdles. You're doing whatever it is you do for your sport. Maybe you're doing some mindset work and you're journaling, you're meditating, doing some guided visualization, you're writing down your goals, planning out your week. Turn your phone off, even if you just do it for 20 minutes. I promise you, when you turn it back on, or even if it's just silenced, the notifications will be there and you can respond. I know we think we have to get back to people right away. I'm guilty of it too. It is 100% okay not to look at it right away and not to respond right away. If you want to stay in flow, turn those notifications off. I've talked about it before. I was an educator for 20 years. During the last 6 to 8 years of my career, I did something that other people thought was so taboo. I never had work email on my phone. I know. Can you believe it? When I left work, I didn't get notifications about work. Ugh, it was freaking wonderful. I didn't get anything from anyone until I got back the next morning and I had a million things to look at. Okay, maybe some days it was overwhelming, but guess what? I was with my family. I was doing my thing. I was a coach at the time. I was coaching my team. I wasn't worried about sending this email back tonight. I need to respond to this parent. And guess what? No one ever said to me, why didn't you get back to me 3 minutes after I sent it? No one ever said that to me. The only time I felt a little bit guilty about it was during summertime. And looking back now, I was being completely ridiculous feeling guilty about that. It was the summer break. I had a million emails from the administrative staff asking me to come in to volunteer for different things. Some of them were great, but I didn't want to do those things. I was home with my kids. And if I had seen those emails pop up on my phone, I would have went in to paint the bathrooms and put quotes up on the wall. Not that those things aren't amazing, but what the hell? I needed that time with my kids. I am so glad that I never had that email on my phone. Some of you right now are thinking, well, I need that email on my phone because I'll feel overwhelmed if I don't do it. Okay, you do what's best for you. But I'm telling you right now that if you want to be in the flow state of doing what you need to do, doing the thing that you love, getting shit done, get the notifications off your phone for the social media things, email, or at very minimum, turn your phone off. If you can't delete that email from work, can't take the app off because you really feel that it will stress you out if you get back the next morning and you were overwhelmed, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Turn your phone off. Silence it for the hour, for the half hour, 25 minutes. Do that for yourself. Let yourself get into the state of flow. Hey there, before we dive back into the pod party, how about we sneak out for a quick break? Feeling the weight of the daily grind? Our workshops and staff development programs are your backstage pass to success. We're here to arm you and your leadership squad with the tools to ace those goals, tame stress, and foster a winning culture. Forget the boring seminars. Our workshops are all about real connections and real results. Whether it's virtual or in person, we're here to elevate your success. After the show, visit shop.danunow.com to learn more and set up a free call to chat. We tailor our programs to fit your needs and goals. Let's get back to the show. Grab your virtual goodie bags so you can fill them up with all of the mindset magic. One more tip I'm going to give you for the state of flow. You may or may not know this, but music plays a key role in flow states. I love to listen to music when I go for a run, when I'm working out in the gym, different things. If I am listening to music, I work harder. I have found this to be the case in so many different areas. When I was an educator, I would do research on this because some people would argue it, other teachers specifically, would say, we can't have any other distractions, which I just told you, don't have distractions with the notifications. However, there was studies about this music thing. And my youngest guy with that uniquely beautiful brain, I was always getting certifications and learning new things. How can we tap into the power of this uniquely beautiful brain? Music was one way to do it, but there's a trick. You can't just throw on any old kind of music. I will admit, I do sometimes throw on any old kind of music. If you follow me on Instagram last week, I put on there that I work out to 90s rap music, which is ironic. I'm taking a run. I'm drinking my smoothie that I make at home, trying to drink my water, doing all the good things, taking my vitamins. And then I have 90s hardcore rap, which if you listen to those words, they don't really align with all of those things that I just listed about being healthy. It's kind of funny, but it takes me back to days that were just great times, and I love the music. But if you want to be in a flow state, if I wanted to really kick my workouts up, which I do this sometimes, I actually listen to the instrumental versions. Yep, I know that sounds crazy. Hear me out on this. You need to take it a step further. You need to actually put on the instrumental versions because then you won't be singing the words. If you know the songs, I just mentioned those 90s hip hop songs that I love. It takes me back to my college days at Penn State, my roommates and I dancing before we would go out, being out with all of our friends, driving places, all kinds of different memories float back into my brain. Probably me in a younger state playing sports. Those were our warm-up songs, all kinds of different things take me back when I hear those songs. However, I most definitely can bust out many of those songs word by word. So if I can do that, and I'm trying to do something and be in the flow state, it will take me out of the flow because I'm singing it word for word. Get what I'm saying there? I will not be focused on whatever it is that I'm trying to be in the flow. If I'm working on that foul shot or I'm trying to journal, whatever it is that I'm doing for that flow state that I had mentioned a minute or two back, rewind if you need to. Think about yourself when you're trying to be in a flow state. If I'm singing word for word, even if I'm not busting it out, singing out loud, if it's floating through my brain word for word, I'll get kicked out of flow. I'll still be in a good zone there, but I'll get kicked out of flow. What do you do there? Because the music does help you. They've studied this, that music will help you stay in the flow. The style of music you enjoy is key there, but you don't want to have songs that you know word by word and you want to listen to instrumental. So pick that genre of music, but don't pick a song that you know word for word and search up instrumental. Make a playlist of that instrumental and put that on and see what happens. You're going to find yourself in that state of flow, getting stuff done. And immediately after that workout or that meditation session, the journal, see what happens. I guarantee that you are going to feel motivated. Everything is going to feel easier. You are going to be just ready to go on to the next thing. You're going to feel like everything is exactly the way it needs to be. And if something comes up, you are going to be ready with a solution. You're going to be able to problem solve more easily because you've been in this state of flow. Does this come easy and natural right away? No, you need to practice, practice, practice. Just like you would practice a drill or I'm practicing those layups. I need to practice these things too, right? To get in the state of flow, to do this mindset work. It's not a one and done thing. I don't do flow state one time. I tell this to people all the time when I go in and do workshops or I'm working with people and I am the keynote speaker. I give them tools. I want them to steal these things. They do it in the audience with me. They do it in the workshops with me, and their minds are blown. I love that. But what I really want them to understand is I want their minds to be blown over and over and over again. They need to practice, 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 get it into their life. And there's so many ways you can do that. Habit stacking. I got to link you to some other episodes so you can learn how to do that. My goal for you is to get into that flow state and learn how to do it. Focus on building the self-awareness so you can design a life that is spent in flow as often as possible. The rest will take care of itself. I'm rooting for you always. Love and brilliance. Go crush those goals. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Whether you are going to coach, teach, cheer from the stands, or hit the field yourself, remember, mindset is everything. Don't forget to follow the show because we all need a little extra motivation, humor, and some sanity in our busy lives. Go unleash that champion within you, one step at a time. I'm rooting for you always.